Okay. We are live. And so unprepared because 8 o'clock snuck up on us. Not ready. Only slightly ready. I do have postcards and I do have clipboard as my drawing pad.
Alright. I am in and can hear you.
Yay. Adam is here helping us out again tonight. Thank you, Adam. And Callison still has mod powers. Oh dear. She just starts, Callison goes mad with power and just starts banning people. Hello, everybody. And once again, Adam is defeated in the chat by firelight, as per usual. I also have one of my favorite chocolate bars that I'm going to be eating periodically throughout because I can. It's my birthday. Well, actually, it's not actually. It's my birthday weekend. My birthday's on Monday. Loser. Time to have a birthday. So my current food obsession, because I always have one, is these Lindor Lindt dark chocolate bars. They're like soft on the inside. They're only found at Target. Can't find them anywhere else. The milk chocolate ones are other places. The dark chocolate ones only at Target, and we don't have a Target by us. So I had to go back home the other day for business things, and I swung by Target because I had to have this. Like, I went and got a cheap Valentine's cake to celebrate. Yeah, I used to do that sometimes for my birthday. I'd go get a Valentine's cake. I was supposed to be born on Valentine's Day, but I knew that I would be a cynical bastard with no love in my heart, so I just waited. Even though my favorite aunt was born on Valentine's Day, and it would have been cool if we could have been born on the same day, but the cynicism won.
Wow. Closing the microwave is really loud.
The mic, we're nowhere near the microwave. It was way back in the kitchen. And yet the mic is you know what I need to pick up? The microwave. Human voices is, but the microwave. All right. You were supposed to be born on Christmas? Adam was born on Christmas. He's a Christmas baby.
Indeed. Yep. I'll leave it up to you to determine whether my mother was good or bad that year.
Are you the coal?
I might be.
My day is going okay. Not amazing, but okay. All right. So let me eat my chocolate here. Always eat while you're live streaming. That's like a rule of live streaming. To do a good live stream, you have to be eating the whole time.
Well, then you can have the teaser, spoiler, thumbnail with you having food, and apparently that drives people to click on you.
I don't understand the people who like to watch other people eat. It's strange. It's weird. The mouth noises are gross. Don't get it. Not for me. The only time I do like it is if somebody's trying out a food that I'll probably never get to try. I am a little bit low-key obsessed with watching people who do those videos I tried every sandwich at Disney World. I'm I'm signed up. Let's go. Show me every sandwich at Disney World because I'm never going to Disney World, so I'll never get to eat these sandwiches. So tell me about them. But they don't sit there and eat the whole sandwich in front of you. They take a bite and they tell you if they like it and what it tastes like. That's the kind of food content that I weirdly enjoy. Anyway, so Today, the theme is moi, because it is my birthday, and I'm nothing if not self-centered. So whatever we want to interpret that as, I'm going to start out by drawing one of my book characters, and I do have a lot of book characters, so that's an angle we can take. But I also have a lot of pets, a lot of important people in my life. Like, we could go in a lot of directions with the theme Julian. Also, I kind of feel like a Sith Lord in my cozy bathrobe. All right, Adam, I'm going to start drawing, so you're in charge of the chat. Adam is in charge of you.
I am in charge of the chat. You could suggest Julian's least favorite suggestions to draw.
Oh my god.
And that's a way to bring Bigfoot up again.
Right. All of Julian's characters as Bigfoots. By the way, if anybody here is not familiar with my books and wants to ask me questions about them, great time to do so. Like, hey, what's this about? Let me tell you a weird story that happened though. Some my patrons might already know, but I've been posting some shorts about my books, and I was doing that once. There's a trend that's like, tell me why I wouldn't like your book. Instead of telling me why I would like it, tell me why I wouldn't like it. And that's a good way, like telling somebody why they wouldn't like something is a good way to figure out if you would actually like it. But anyway, so I had one for each of my books, each of my fantasy books. And then The Wolf and the Hawk got the most traction because it says romance on it. 100% certain that's the reason. And a couple of people have informed me that it cannot, in fact, be a fantasy because there's no fae or werewolves or vampires in it. So that was fun, and I was like, I don't know how to answer that except to tell you that yeah, it is a fantasy. It's a fantasy romance. It says so on the cover, and I wrote it, so I think I would know. But some people were very insistent that that it couldn't be a fantasy. And then one person did come around because I was like, well, these are the reasons that it's a fantasy. And they were like, oh, they're like, oh, a lot of books get misshelved. And it's like, yeah, but I'm a self-published author. There's no publisher or, bookstore to put my book in the wrong place. It's a fantasy. Just the weirdest shit. I swear, every time I post something new on the internet and people outside of my usual circle find it, it's bonkers.
All right, we have 2 suggestions so far. One is Julian as Bigfoot.
Is that one yours?
No.
Fun fact, in real life, I have tiny feet.
Firelight suggested that one.
I mean, it was between you or Firelight.
And the second suggestion is a silly little guy from a movie.
A silly little guy? A certain silly little guy?
Yes, a certain silly little guy. And then Firelight does have 5 progressively unhinged ideas. I'm not sure if they're on theme or not.
I do not know.
Flareon is another, which I think is one of your favorite Pokemon.
Oh yes, Flareon is in fact my favorite Pokemon. Who knew that? Who suggested that one?
Callison did.
I guessed it would be Callison. Flareon is a great Pokemon. He's so fluffy.
So Firelight says their idea number 1, bringing back because Julian wanted me to when it was their month. Bigfoot with a shame sign that says, I don't let people take good pictures of me.
I did encourage. Where are my erasers? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I did encourage you to bring that one back up because it is your month. Also, Callison, it is your month, so if there's anything you're like, I really need this, You can make the plea. I may listen. Oh my god. Knocking things over.
Firelight does apologize. They're not on theme for their bonus ideas.
In your defense, I picked the theme yesterday night, so.
And Firelight also says they all know Julian loves Flareon from the fake Mon stream.
It's true.
John,
all the cool kids who come to the live streams know.
John asks, did you know about actor got scrapped by Hulu?
Oh, Akatar? Yeah, I heard about that today, actually, from some of my patrons. We were doing the speculation thing, like, ooh, why did it get scrapped? But I think they're just, I mean, it's probably a money thing. They're figuring out, like, is it going to be worth it to make it for various reasons. Like, it seems like it would be, like, yes, a no-brainer, make it. But actually, there's probably a whole bunch of factors that would make it not as much of a certainty as it seems like it would be. Just even fantasy TV shows in general can be a hard sell.
So we got a couple extra suggestions. Firelight is suggesting that Callison probably wants Golem as a hairless cat.
Yeah.
And yep, Prasocor suggests your favorite dino. By the way, what is your favorite dino?
The Iguanodon.
Iguanodon dino. Prasocor also theorizes that probably scrapped due to a combo of budget along with the story itself being difficult to translate to the screen, whilst making it coherent.
Yeah, I'm sure there's certainly a lot of factors that went into it.
And Firelight mentions, knowing how much of a pain Sarah J. Maas is to edit, I can't imagine adapting her stuff. And then it's high fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy is hard to get on the screen to begin with, and then it's fantasy for a woman audience, and like even though women have money and they would watch it in droves, do the executives consider that to be enough? Just all sorts of things. And the general fear, I think, of casting it, because like no matter who they cast, people are going to be mad. All right, so my first postcard is of Boots from my book Boots. He is being watched over by the god of cats, who is his personal like patron. Alrighty.
So we got a couple new ones brought in, such as suggesting Maeve as an iguanodon before because she wouldn't be teeny tiny. And then idea number 2, Bigfoot defying gravity.
Let's just make him a speck in the distance. Have a character in the foreground being like, what?
Well, have him singing in a musical, the Defying Gravity song.
I mean, that's probably what it was supposed to be, but it's way more fun.
So we've Julian as Bigfoot, silly little guy from a movie. Flareon, Bigfoot with Shane sign. Golem as a hairless cat. Iguanodon, the dino, just in general. Maeve as an iguanodon. Or Bigfoot defying gravity.
All right. I have started to draw one. I will not reveal which it is.
Oh, we are 1 down. How many do we have to go tonight?
There are 8 total. So I have 7 left.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and I got a new patron this month, so they're almost certainly not watching, but if they are, hello.
an update to Bigfoot defying gravity, Bigfoot with a jetpack, which is very close. We could do
Bigfoot
Bigfoot
defying
as
gravity.
the Rocketeer, which is one of Julian's favorite movies.
It is. If anybody, I have hunches of who's most likely to know what that movie is, but anybody has seen the movie The Rocketeer? It's great. If you like, it's like a proto Marvel movie. So if you like Marvel movies, go watch The Rocketeer. You'll probably enjoy it.
John mentions maybe they should have turned A Court of Thorn and Roses into an animated series, just like Castlevania series.
It'd probably look really cool animated, but animation is expensive.
Cheaper way of doing fantasy magic aspects, but
yeah, but more expensive in a lot of ways too.
Pressicor knows The Rocketeer. They first heard of it through RLM.
RLM.
I think we are drawing a blank as to what RLM. Share us this acronym. Red Letter Media.
Oh.
We have another idea. Bigfoot as Superman, defying gravity.
With a rocket pack. Just to be clear, if I do a Bigfoot tonight, there's only going to be one. Certainly not doing multiple Bigfoots on my birthday. My birthday. Do you guys realize how difficult feet are to draw? I don't think you guys understand how difficult feet are to draw. Everybody thinks hands are hard. Feet. Even harder.
In Firelight's defense, she kind of thought it would just be some grass with Bigfoot out of frame because he's on a broom. Though they are excited by John's idea of Superman, Bigfoot, and their buddy Crypto.
Who is also a Bigfoot.
And Prasicor agrees with you. Of course, there'll only be one Bigfoot. Otherwise, it'd be big feet.
Big feet that are hard to draw.
Hey, you're the artist.
Yep. I didn't say I was good. In fact, I feel like I'm pretty clear that I'm not that good most of the time.
Firelight, even though they said they're not on the theme, they do kind of have a theme. Idea 3 from them of their unhinged ideas is Glinda from Wicked as a goat.
Should be Ba-Linda instead of Galinda.
Or Goat Linda.
I feel like Alpha would be the goat if two of them, if of the two of them, if one had to be a goat. She's much more filled with the devil's mischief, as are goats.
I mean, Glinda was filled with the mischief too.
A little.
From the stage performance. Firelight ranting at you that it's his hands that were hard. He's not called Bug Hands.
Hands are hard too, but like feet, usually you can just put them in shoes and you don't have to figure out how like the toes attach and everything. Feet are harder.
All right. Callison has a confusing suggestion. Postcard of your favorite or one of side characters from your books. So I'm not sure if they're asking your favorite side character, your favorite character, or just your character from a book.
I believe she's asking for one of my favorite side characters from my books. Would that be correct, Allison?
Yes, they confirm you are correct with your suggestion.
My assessment.
All right. So Firelight is suggesting Glinda be a goat as punishment for them because they kind of discriminate against the teacher who is a goat.
Probably everybody here will take me a whole lot less seriously when I say that I have not yet seen the Wicked movie.
We have seen the theatrical performance.
We did. That's true. That's not the movie though.
True. It predates the movie.
It does. I've also read the book, which I did not like. Dominic Noble did a review of it recently, which pretty much summed up my thoughts while reading it. And I felt like very vindicated because for so long I felt like I was the only one who didn't like it, and I was just like somehow too stupid to get it. Like everyone else was getting such great things from it, and I was like, this is deeply problematic, like, and not in a thoughtful way, in a is the author okay kind of way. So thank goodness Dominic Noble also thought so.
We have unhinged idea number 4, Captain America as a bald eagle.
All right, here he is in all of his glory. Don't say I never did nothing for you. Now, who would be a favorite side character? Because I want to draw stuff about my books. Because it's my birthday. It's my birthday, and I'll draw if I want to. Who's my favorite side character? Or a favorite side character?
Ren.
Ren? Oh, from
Diary of a Demon.
That's true. I'd have to draw an old lady though. Those are real hard to draw.
Old Lady Ghost.
Lady Ghost.
You enjoy. I think Brian is the boogeyman.
Brian's the boogeyman. Yeah, he's. I wonder if I could even remember how to draw him. He's very different.
No. I'm trying to focus on side characters. You enjoyed Broccoli.
Kale.
Yeah, Kale.
Never call him the right name.
He's green vegetable.
Oh, when did I draw? Did it 5? Was that his name? The little alien from that book?
Yeah, I think so.
He had a number name. I can't remember if it was 5 or 7.
I think it's 5.
I don't think it was
7.
Because we also have Septimus in that, so he's kind of 7. Well, yeah. All right, I'm gonna draw him because he's easy to draw.
Good. The flower guy.
The flower guy?
Yeah, from Child of Fire.
Oh, my plant man.
Yes.
I think his name was Valerian, so I'd have to rename him because that actually, I repurposed that name. That's Valentine's birth name is Valerian, as you recall, and he doesn't like it, and his mother keeps calling it that because she's a difficult person.
So who did you decide upon?
I'm going to start with 5. From a book that is just sitting on the back burner. The only reason that I haven't brought it forward to publish it is because it is a gladiatorial competition type of book, and those are oversaturated right now. And I kind of want to wait a little while until it's not quite so everywhere. Does that make sense?
Still available on the interwebs if people want to read it.
The original version, the fan fiction version, is. The rewritten version, the publishable one, is not.
You've rewritten it already. I thought it was waiting to be edited too.
No, it's completely ready to go. All I'd have to do to get it's been through beta, it's been to my professional editor, it's everything. It's clean. I probably would want to go back through it because probably I'm a slightly better writer now, so there's stuff I'd want to adjust. But like, I could format it and publish it any old time. I just haven't. It doesn't have a cover.
Doesn't have a cover.
But it started out as a fan fiction, and the serial numbers have been scraped off.
All right. So we've tangented a bit. I'm coming back to the chat, and I will catch up. Hello, Candy Bug, who has just arrived. Is this the Sky Shade Hurt Me support group?
Yes, welcome in. Have you or a loved one been personally affected by Sky Shade?
Our tentative theme tonight, Candy Bug, is Julian. So something that can be related to Julian in some way, since it is their birthday. But it could be the postcard that Julian most hates to draw suggestion as well, which is why we got the Bigfoot postcard just a moment ago.
I'm only doing that because it is Firelight's month, and I did tell them to bring it back up.
We've got Pressacor C, being curious about the Wicked novel now.
I feel it is pretty flawed.
And Firelight says they know lots of people that don't like the book. So you're not alone. There's not many that are vocal.
They're all hiding because the people who think that the book is a work of genius are quite loud. And they will make you feel like you're too stupid to understand it. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I understood it. Pretty sure it's not that deep.
Firelight enjoys the Bigfoot's fuzzy head, by the way.
Yeah, Bigfoot faces are hard to draw too, apparently. It took me a little while.
And Firelight suggests drawing Wren as a wren.
I thought about that. Because she does appear as the bird, I believe, at least one point in the book.
And Callison is like 5, the alien from the Holy Roller Scene book.
Yes, he is from that book.
Callison's, I hereby claim 5. I missed them.
He shall be yours.
Firelight mentions, I don't know who the robot from the Superman trailer is, but I'm probably going to cry over it, judging by the trailer.
Yeah, robots will make you cry. That's why I haven't watched The Wild Robot yet, because I know I'm going to sob like a little tiny child, and I need to be mentally prepared for that. Because, like, I just watch it and I'm like, oh no, the robot has a soul! And fun fact, robot with a soul is one of my favorite tropes. I freaking love the Geth from Mass Effect.
Candy Bug has a kind of request, I think. They only really want Azul, the gray ruler of the sky. Excuse me, the gay ruler of the sky, as a bird, because no one really remembers him but me, and maybe one other person, because Alex Astor doesn't.
I thought that he was, with the name of the book like Sky Shade, I thought for sure that he was going to be like a character, and instead he just handed her some MacGuffins and pieced out.
I mean, you need someone to distribute the MacGuffins.
Yep, and he certainly did so. I'm drawing 5 from memory, so some of his details might not be accurate. I apologize in advance.
Row and non-canon 5 art?
Right? Like, I think his legs were like this, but I legitimately don't remember.
Presscore is like, hey, Azul had to go now. His planet needed him.
Azul and Cleo.
And we've got a Firelight's hinged idea number 5, a koala explaining that he's something of a scientist himself. And maybe he's got a little glider to show off what a good scientist he is.
also trying to demonstrate there's this ability that I've forgotten what I've named it in the book. In the game is what I was calling it. I'm probably going to change the name. Don't know what to. Some alien species can harden light, and 5 can do that, but like it's really hard to draw the way I have it described in the book.
All right. I've got a new suggestion for you that I've derived.
What is?
Your favorite ship for your characters. Preferably side characters, but it could be main couple.
That's a tough one. Would I do Sydney and Lily from Adventure Mage 2?
Are those really your favorite?
I don't think they're my favorite. They are a fan favorite.
Recent.
Lots of people really like them.
I was thinking the guards from, oh wow, they're both guards. The guards from Puss in Boots or the guards from Wolf and the Hawk.
Oh, well, Scran and the King's body servant, so not really guards.
Scran was a guard.
Is kind of like, I guess. They were a good ship. They were a good side ship. I don't know if they're my favorite.
You talked the guard and his boyfriend in Puss in Boots.
Yeah, we never see the boyfriend, so I could make him look however I wanted. No one would know. That's not what he looks like. I do like Lyle and his boyfriend are pretty great.
All right, updates from the chat. Pressicore thinks Azul died on the way back to his home planet.
All right, here he is. It's 5. He's hardening light into little prismy points. And hopefully that is in fact what he looks like. I do remember that his nostrils are like up high because his species is aquatic and so like can like mostly submerge himself.
Alright. I don't think we have any new suggestions, so I'll go over the list. We've got favorite ship from your side characters, Koala as a scientist, Azul, gay ruler of the sky, as a bird, Ren as a wren, Captain America as a bald eagle, favorite side character. Oh, we just did favorite side character.
Yeah, we got 5.
Glinda as a goat, Bigfoot as Superman, Bigfoot as a Rocketeer.
You could skip the Bigfoot ones, Adam, because I've already done one Bigfoot, and I said I'm not going to do more Bigfoot.
We only did one Bigfoot.
Yeah,
though.
and I said if I do one Bigfoot, I'm not doing any more this stream, so no more Bigfoots. That's it. You got your one Bigfoot.
Maeve as an Iguanodon. Maybe just an Iguanodon dino. Golem as a hairless cat.
His name is Gollum.
Golem. He goes Golem.
Golems are something else.
Florian, your favorite Pokemon.
You pronounce it differently every time.
Silly little guy from a movie. And Julian as Bigfoot, which isn't really Bigfoot because it's Julian as Bigfoot. So
yeah, it's just Julian who hasn't shaved in a while. Julian with her winter scruff. No, Firelight, I am not guaranteeing one Bigfoot for stream from now on. I will go down on the record as saying that is not something I am volunteering to do. I'm saying this specific stream, one Bigfoot. That is your allotment. I like the ship one. I just don't know, like, who exactly I want to use. I don't have that many like side ships that I really love. Like I have people in relationships, but oftentimes the other one is like barely shown. Yeah. Like there's a character in the book that I'm writing right now who's like the healer, and she has a husband who she loves, but he's not like present in most of it.
I mean, okay, how about this then? Not in an actual relationship, but who you
Secretly ship.
secretly ship.
See, that's the thing about being an author. If you secretly ship someone, you can just
I know, but sometimes
make them
they
kiss.
they don't they don't come together.
You can just make them kiss. I'm gonna turn this off. Light is too bright. Sorry if it's a bit darker, but the light is hurting my eyeballs / my brain.
But it's also helping your brain.
Supposedly, all it's really doing is making my eyes hurt. All right, let's see. Side characters.
Okay.
Who even are my side characters?
Most unhinged ship of your characters.
That one's more fun. Anybody who's familiar with my books, give me some unhinged ships. It's like 3 people here, but hey, 3 out of 9 is still a decent amount of people. So unhinged ships or regular ships? Like who do you all ship? Who do you wish I had put together and they're not?
Alright, I'm going silent as I ponder.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember my own side characters. I have a lot of side characters. But like I said, so when you're the author, if you want them to kiss, you can just make them kiss. Yeah, every character in my upcoming book who has a significant other, the significant other is like off page. Just like hear about them.
Huh. Alright, that's fun. Who would they go with, though? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter if they're queer or straight because it's my ship. So who would I ship them with?
Yeah, we're shipping. All rules thrown. Sexuality's out the window. I just had a brain blast of an idea that kind of pertains to this, but we can still. Oh, got an advertisement.
I'm getting it. I don't know if everybody is getting it. Okay. So that's fine. This is a little bit because Anders, is that his name?
Anders is the main character in
Diary of a Demon.
Diary of a Demon, yeah.
Okay. So I know he's not a side character, but he's kind of for me was out of all the characters I've read of yours is the one that I've like most seen myself in. Part of it is because I was also like not too far removed from a teenage boy at the time of reading it.
And you were a cringy teenager like Anders.
And not too far removed from it. And as my romance in Veilguard demonstrates, the type of woman that I sometimes ship myself with,
Tasha's non-binary type of person.
I type to ship myself with. It is the one-eyed lady from Adventure Mage 3.
The one-eyed lady. Which one was that?
The badass lady who teaches magic.
Oh,
with a sword.
What did I name her? I know who you're talking about now. She's very cool. I do like her a lot. In her culture, the women have long, complicated names, and the men have short names. So, like, her brother's name is Koei, and she has like a long name. And I can't remember my own character's name. Oh, I'm so bad at this.
Alternatively, it could be Anders and Rayone. Is that the right Wolf and the Hawk? Is that the wolf?
Yes, Rayone is from the Wolf and the Hawk. Rayone is definitely kick-ass muscle mommy.
All right. It took me a while to figure out my unhinged ship suggestion. I will now attempt to catch up to chat. I'm sorry that I've gotten behind. Scroll up. Yeah, Zool died. So Zool died on the way back to their planet, and then like Candybug's like, oh, that makes sense. That's why Zool was never on the page.
He showed up in one scene. Is physically present in one scene that we saw him to give her the first rings to go collect the storms, one of which she lost and never recovered. Like that felt like a really dropped thread. She like lost that ring in the ocean and like never found it. So there's this storm controlling ring somewhere in the water. And then, like, supposedly later, he gave her a bunch of storms to use in the final battle, but we don't see him. We have no proof that he did that. We're just told he did. So he might have not even been there. She might have gone to his house and just stolen his stuff.
I appreciate the rant. I'm trying to catch up on the chat.
Sorry.
We also have some talk about the Wild Robot books. Firelight read them, but hasn't seen the movie. And in general, does love robot love interests. And the main character in their sci-fi novel has a robot queer platonic love interest.
Nice. I'm on board.
Cannybug mentions it is easier to depict light in colors than in black and white, as you can use layers to create glowing effects.
No guarantee that I'll actually be able to succeed at that, but fortunately, Callison is forgiving.
Callison is forgiving to you. They're upset at me that I stole their second suggestion, which is your favorite ship amongst your characters.
Oh, which one did you steal?
That one. That your
the
favorite ship between your secondary characters.
You stole that idea?
Yeah, that was going to be Callison's second day.
I'm trying to draw something that was probably ill-advised.
We have a new suggestion here. Riona as a bodybuilder wolf.
Rioni?
Bodybuilder wolf. And would it be Rione and Xander? Is that one of your favorite ships? Julian?
Huh?
Would it be Rione and Xander? Is that your favorite ship?
I don't think so, actually.
Is that what you're doing right now, your most unhinged ship?
Me?
Yes.
No. Well, kind of.
Well, I will write most unhinged ship down then.
I think the option will still be there even after I finish this.
Firelight says, the ones from Phoenix, they liked them. Oh, yeah, they were a good couple.
Deidre and Moth were pretty great. I also enjoyed them a lot. Fun fact, when I was a teenager, soft goth boys were my type, so I just wrote my type.
Were you a teen still when you wrote that?
I was like 20, so barely out of my teenagehood.
Lunar Muse says they hardly ever have suggestions. Just go with gut. I mean, they can't be any worse than Firelight's.
The shade.
Ooh, Cannybug has a suggestion as Xander as a slutty hawk in those low-cut dress with a leg slit through recent romance with a hint of fantasy books really like.
That and tank tops.
Xander.
They love those. Slutty Xander.
As slutty hawk. Or Firelight has updated it. Xander with the hawk pole dancing as a lady dancing emoji.
What are you guys trying to do to my boy?
Trying to just give him a little encouragement.
He's so serious. He needs to loosen up. So what you're all saying?
I'm sorry, Firelight, I wasn't ignoring you. I was delaying. I was trying to come up with my idea. Your ideas, though, are beautiful. I love your slutty Xander pole dancing combo that you and Candy came up with.
Adam, you're never going to win the rivalry like that.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. They won't be able to dodge the knife in the back then.
Exactly.
Candybug mentions, I only really shipped once in their life. I'm not really a shipping fan. And if I want to ship characters, I make them myself, and I make them kiss. Thinking about it makes things complicated.
I don't ship like super often. I still do it, but it just does not happen as often as like with other people who are like, two characters made eye contact, I ship them.
I've definitely never done the over-the-top fangirl, oh my god, they need to get together level of ship. But it's fun to ponder, like, well, how would two characters interact with each other, and would you enjoy their interaction?
I'm trying to think who I last like really shipped, just in general.
All right. Firelight has a most unhinged ship. Golem, the Hairless Cats, and Koala, Norman Osborn, Willem Dafoe.
That is a pretty unhinged ship.
Willem Dafoe. And no one, Candybug says, no one would see that coming. That is definitely a unique ship.
That is true. That is a true fact.
Firelight's trying to quip back. Worse than Firelight, Adam's devastation is showing. They're making Xander fabulous, and Xander deserves it, and I agree.
The question is, do we do Xander beginning of book or Xander end of book? Because as we all know, he looks a little bit different at the end of the book, thanks to certain things that happen to him, which might be a spoiler.
So, Firelight rarely ships, but it feels like they do because they're Thorin and Bilbo and Spidey and Deadpool ships returned to me back to back this year.
The old ships, the ships of old that like mean the most to you, and you're like, wow, they're back. Oh my god. All right. Here is my unhinged ship, which is not really a ship, but these are two characters from the book that I'm working on. I made the dog too big, but I'm too lazy to fix it. So that is Sparrow from the book that I'm writing, and Poe the dog, who loves her and just wants to tackle her to the ground and lick her face all the time. That was what he would prefer to be doing 99% of the time. Rather than being a war dog, he just wants to hunt Sparrow down and tackle her and lick her face. So that's what that's all about. So that's a ship. Poe ships himself with her in the way that any dog could do. Chocolat. All right, Adam has left me at the least opportune time.
It was the
Ryone's horse.
It was not that inopportune time, as you were ranting about your picture.
I wasn't ranting.
What?
I wasn't ranting. Rambling maybe, but not ranting. Ranting is different. Ryone's horse is great. Oh, I know. My unhinged ship. Ryone's horse, Storm, with Valentine's horse, Strawberry. I'm going to draw it now. I'm drawing it. It's my birthday. I can do what I want.
Alright, I won't even go through my list of ships or options that I've been writing down. Just ignore me in the chat. I understand how it is.
Listen, it's my birthday.
Pressicorsi says, I don't ship so much as I think these two would be fun to see in a room together because they'd hate each other. Ah, you ship enemies. We have a new suggestion. Nosferatu and William Dafoe character. So, and you haven't spelled that out very much. So I am imagining Nicolas Cage, Nosferatu, and William Dafoe as the Green Goblin.
Nicolas Cage was Nosferatu at some point.
Yeah, wasn't it? The Renfield movie.
Oh, that's Dracula, legally distinct. Slightly different vampire.
Still writing down. Nick Cage and William Dafoe. Firelight. Kitty and Koala could be exchanging Valentines. I'm missing, other than it's not anybody as these animals. It's just a kitty and a koala exchanging Valentines. And then Firelight suggested Rihanna's horse as a postcard, and I think you noticed that and have run with it.
Yep. I'm on the loose. Can't be stopped.
I think Callison agrees that I did interpret their request correctly. William Cage, or not William.
Nicolas Cage.
William Dafoe and Nick Cage. Firelight does say they would have thought Storm with Bunny would have been more fun.
That would have been, that's the disaster duo. Like, Storm and Strawberry, they're the lawful good duo. Like, Strawberry will keep Storm in line. She won't let him get away with anything. Bunny and Storm together, chaos levels as yet unheard of.
Press Corps C is on my side. Legally distinct, not according to the German courts in 1922. Firelight mentions William Dafoe was the Van Helsing in Nosferatu, or the equivalent. I vaguely remember that now that you mention it. Okay. Firelight's kitty, so a kitty and a koala exchanging Valentines. The kitty is Golem, and the koala is Norman Osborn.
Yeah, that one's probably also not going to get drawn because I don't like naked cats and or koalas, especially trying to make them look like Willem Dafoe. How is something so round as a koala supposed to look like possibly the pointiest man in the universe? When all of these ladies are describing their men as like so sharp and full of edges in these books, these romance books, I'm going to picture Willem Dafoe from now on.
Oh, Callison is correcting me. Her haha yes was not about my Nick Cage interpretation of her request. It was for Storm and Strawberry. My apologies for misrepresenting you. You're not actually on my side. And perhaps Corsi confirms that William Dafoe did play Nosferatu in Shadow of the Vampire. So we could have Nick Cage as Dracula and William Dafoe as Nosferatu.
Just Willem Dafoe, like, exception. Just all of the Willem Dafoes. I don't think I can draw that man, just to be clear. He's very distinctive, and I am bad at portraits.
You know, I'm something of a Nosferatu myself. Firelight says, "We believe in you, Julian. You can do Defoe, koala."
I cannot.
Oh, Firelight, why are you taking this away from me? Their message is redacted. Retracted.
I probably thought of something even cooler.
Callison mentions, could have all of the Nosferatus doing the Spider-Man pointing me.
Y'all have so much faith in my ability to draw people.
Not people, Nosferatus.
Yeah, they're people adjacent. Listen, I am good at one thing, and that is drawing two horses who are in love. Look at them. They are so cute. That is my ship. Straw and Strawberry.
William Dafoe as Nosferatu and William Dafoe as Van Helsing. Spider-Man pointing.
I don't know if you guys know this, but these postcards are not very big. These are not. These are really not multiple characters with any, like, I could try to fit, the more I fit on here, the smaller I have to make them. And the smaller I have to make them, the less good I am at drawing them. And I'm already not good at drawing people, and especially not people who have very distinct facial features like Willem Dafoe. There's a reason I don't do portraits.
I will go over the list in a moment, but I'm going to make a pitch at something that is more directly you. So
this is supposed to be my birthday stream, guys.
Your two characters that would make you feel would make the most deadly duo.
Ooh.
As kittens.
As what?
Kittens.
Kittens. Okay.
So like whatever their patented attack combo is, and then like as two kittens doing it.
Oh no, I know who would make the most deadly duo.
Who's that?
Rayoni and Sparrow from my upcoming book. Kick-Ass Warriors. Fun fact, Sparrow is also like a direct reaction to all of these girlies who are like, I'm teeny tiny and itty bitty and I can use a bow and a dagger. So I'm like, I'm gonna make this giant like woman who learns like to use a whole bunch of different weapons, and her signature weapon is going to be like very different. It was going to be a flail, but then I decided to like triple down and do an even more weird weapon combo for her.
All right, we do have a couple more suggestions from the chat. Xander as a smutty hamster. So I do have to. We have to remind you of the slutty.
Everybody
Xander
really wants Xander to get slutty. I don't know why. Like why Xander specifically to like him specifically. We need him slutty. I like your idea, Adam, because it sounds cute. The deadly combination of Rayoni with her axe and Sparrow with her weapon name I don't actually even know.
You're such a good author.
It has a weird name.
I believe we are at 5 postcards now, and we've got 3 more to go. If Julian's taking my suggestion, that means there are 2 more suggestions open. I will make sure to lead the next card with the chat's prompts and try to encourage Julian towards that. Be warned, though, I don't think we're getting any more Bigfoot ones.
You don't think? You don't think? Here we go. This is something basically it. All right, well, this site calls it a rope dart.
Rope dart.
Yeah. But let me see. There's also the Surojin. Okay, not quite.
Wow. So
The
that
meteor
clip
hammer is kind of close.
is my pen brushing against the rings of my notebook. And I don't know why that comes through so clearly on our little microphone here.
Yeah, it's kind of like the rope dart meets the meteor hammer. Looking up names for things is what
The
what
meteor
Sparrow
hammer and shooting star. Of course, meteor is kind of already a shooting star. Firelight suggests skewer nunchucks. Oh.
I know, Jojo is being so cute right now.
You cannot see it, and I cannot move it for you to see, but Giorgio, the Emperor, is being a very cute loaf cat.
No paws visible, full loaf mode. Skip that over. Adam's finally getting a beverage out. You didn't have a beverage to start, did you?
I did not have a beverage to start.
You know what? Also, hilariously, I feel very confident that Rayoni would be a black cat and Sparrow would be an orange.
I do get the orange cat feel from what I know of Sparrow.
Yup.
Alright, chat. Come back with lubrication to keep up and entertain. New comment from Firelight. We could do Julian's beloved Castor as a Tasmanian tiger, because they're both cool, underrated, and gone too soon.
Oh, Castor. I will never forget that time that Jenna Moresi accidentally wrote a good character, panicked, and killed him immediately.
Tasmanian tiger? Is it a Tasmanian tiger or a Tasmanian devil?
There's both, but the Tasmanian tiger is extinct. The one we have like one video of in captivity.
Prasicor C says, I'll never say no to a thylacine.
I'm steadily losing my ability to draw, guys. This is bad. When I'm struggling to draw a kitten, it's a bad sign. Usually very good at those.
All right. We have to suggest characters as snakes for their next one, because snakes are easy.
I recommend you suggest characters as mochis. Squishy orb. That's what I'm good at drawing. Oh my god, I cannot get this leg.
Okay. What characters do you want to see as squishmallows? Firelight. Yes, Adam, that's a Tasmanian tiger. We're learning.
People here to educate you, Adam.
I'm here, trying to do my part, trying to help out, giving me a hard time. Listen, I only got certain skills. I've min-maxed my character. I don't know how to pronounce things. I don't know how to spell things. I can't.
Yeah, pronunciation and spelling were your don't stats for sure. Those won't be important, thought Adam when he was writing up his stats.
Firelight is excited to meet Sparrow since you said she's a himbo.
She really is. The two people that she's going to be interacting with the most in the next book were both like spy masters, or were spy masters, and they're so much cleverer than her, and sometimes she just has to sit there and just be like, just nod and smile. She hadn't got a chance, bless her heart.
All right, team. Have any of us played Mass Effect and/or Dragon Age? We could prompt them for some of their favorite characters from there, or a favorite ship, or a favorite cross-universe interaction. Firelight suggests bringing back Valentine as an Arctic fox, but a super chunky one that's fat for winter.
Chunky boy. Orb mode.
Chunky Valentine. Arctic fox. And Firelight has robbed me of another message.
Firelight gonna just start doing that to fuck with you.
Practicore is like, you have to admit, Valentine would be very timely.
Right? Hilariously, he would not celebrate Valentine's Day.
So the question from the chat, do you think you would ever write a full horror novel or novella, kind of like Stephen King-esque?
I would like to, yeah. I'd have to have an idea that's good enough to be scary. I like to write horror short stories. I don't know if any of them are scary. I tend to lean a little bit more towards horror comedy for some reason. Like, I can't help but like try to make it a little bit funny. I think my favorite of the horror short stories that I've written is Deer Eyes, and nobody's read it. But I think that one comes the closest to potentially being scary.
All right, we have a suggestion for the dog from Phoenix as a phoenix.
Chief. Big old cowardly boy, Chief.
And Kat suggests Palentine's Day instead of Valentine's Day.
Just a day for good old buds.
And if you bring back Chief, you can also draw a zombie because you like zombies.
Do I have dogs in other books? There's Chief, and then there's Poe from my upcoming book. Do I have dogs in other books?
Wasn't there one in that short story ambulance riding duo from the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, Tia.
Tia.
And then there's also Macy from the Gun Horse, something else no one has read.
Wow. I can hear my chewing.
That's so weird. Are you sure it's being picked up through that?
Yeah, because I'm hearing it in my audio slightly delayed after I chew.
That is weird. Sorry, everyone, that the mic, which is over next to me, is picking up Adam's chewing.
Like, and be careful getting the chip out of the bag. Wow. Yeah, no, it's super, super loud. Press Corsi read Deer Eyes.
Yay, somebody read it. Probably wasn't all that scary. It's just probably the closest thing I have to something properly scary. I did read it also aloud on my YouTube channel. I don't particularly love that recording. Like, I went back and listened to it like on Halloween, and I was like, oh, I could have done better. You don't mind a slightly flawed audio version.
Welcome, Cool Imp. Good evening. Firelight suggests bringing back the bad lady from the Musketeers as a Dalmatian.
You mean Milady de Winter? The bad lady.
Yes.
She knew she was being called the bad lady.
Winter as Cool Imp. The theme for today is Julian, since it is their birthday. People have been being very tangential with the link to Julian, but like
Some might say they've been forgetting it altogether, but you know. All right. Here are my war besties. War beasties? War beastie besties? She would also be, Sarah would also be a long-haired orange.
All right.
All right.
I will try to pay attention if there's any quick, brief suggestions. We've got going over things from so far. Dog from Phoenix as a Phoenix. Lady de Winter as a Dalmatian. Chunky Valentine, Arctic Fox. Thylacine, I forget what that is. Castor as a Tasmanian tiger. Wren as a wren. Azul Gray, ruler of the sky. Koala as a scientist. Favorite ship of side characters, most unhinged ships. Riona as a bodybuilder. Xander as a slutty hawk. Xander as a slutty hamster. Xander pole dancing.
That's what you missed, Cool Imp, is everybody really wants Xander to be slutty. He's too straight-laced. Everyone's
William
like,
Dafoe and Nick Cage in various different configurations. Captain America as a bald eagle. Linda as a goat. Silly little guy from a movie. Julian's favorite food is a quick suggestion from Cool Imp.
What's my favorite food, Adam?
And Firelight changes it to Kitty stealing Julian's favorite food.
My favorite food.
Favorite. There are things you enjoy.
Is there anything that's like... See, I go through phases.
Yeah, and though your fallback is the brown cafeteria food, that's not your favorite.
It's just, it's just
But you
safe food.
Could have a kitten or cat stealing a tater tot or a hash brown.
It's like, my favorite dessert is ice cream, but I can go a long time without eating ice cream. Like, there's ice cream in the house right now, and I haven't eaten any of it in ages.
Thylacine is a Tasmanian tiger, is my correction. Thank you. Xander deserves to be slutty as a treat, and did Aster just write that face, or a couple new suggestions?
I don't know what the Aster just write that face refers to. Perhaps it is a typo, or perhaps it can be clarified. All right, I think I know what I want to draw next, so I will start to draw it.
All right, we're down to our last suggestion.
It's gonna be last one.
Zombie lusting over Julian's writer brain.
Zombies don't want my brain.
Julian flipping the desk because of a bad book.
If I flipped a desk every time I read a bad book, there'd be no desks left standing in this house.
I could just get one that you keep flipping.
That's my flipping desk.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'll be at my flipping desk. That could be like a new thing that I do. Maybe that'll make me popular. I have a gimmick where I flip a desk.
Okay, Cool Imp is clarifying the face you make when you read something Alex Astier writes something that makes you say, did she just write that?
My WTF face, if you will. My what has Alex Astor done this time face.
We can get over it by reading or rereading the ACOTAR book series to picture them in our imagination minds. So, and an adjustment to the flipping a table, you could just be Julian being angry after reading an awful book.
If Julian was an animal, in your opinion, everyone, what would she be?
This is an excellent question.
Definitely thought of myself as different things throughout my life. I don't know really what I think of myself as right now.
A tarsier? What's a tarsier?
I feel like I should know what that is. I bet if I looked it up, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Ooh, help.
Google, tell me. What is it, Adam?
It's the things. It's kind of like a monkey squirrel. It's got the really long fingers and like the giant eyes.
Okay, one of them.
It like climbs in trees. Firelight suggests a ferret.
Ferret is definitely on my list.
Coolin says knowing you as a reader, writer, a sloth. You take your time, and reading doesn't require a lot of movement. Beep Beeps says honey badger. They have slightly disappointed faces. I've been waiting to see what the chat came up with. I would say a cat is more of your personality. Like you enjoy affection and company, but only on your own terms, and then you want to be out and you'll claw a bitch in the face if it's not on your terms.
I mean, ferrets are kind of that way too, though.
Firelight suggests you could draw Julian as a ferret and Castor as the Tasmanian tiger, posing like you're in a romance book.
Oh, Castor.
Go back. Did I miss anything before we got onto that question? Kennybug says, my favorite fun fact of Lightlark official art is that Isle has
Isla?
the look of dull surprise in all of her art. She just won't look expressive in any of her official art, just dull surprise.
I mean, that is accurate. That's book accurate. That's what she looks like at all times. Dull surprise. I feel that is correct.
And Coolin says, do you know that there's literally a flipping Arkansas? Legit, a flipping city called Flipping. So if you got a desk from Flipping Arkansas, would it be a flipping desk? Bad joke.
That is a very bad joke. Boy, none of my pictures are centered today. I hope nobody minds getting a postcard where the image is not centered. My drawing ability today is just kind of not present.
So an idea in the chat that maybe in the future, ACOTAR book series should adapt into graphic novels, just in case if Hollywood doesn't have the guts to put them in a movie or TV series.
I'm kind of surprised they're not. I'm sure there's a fan graphic novel if you went and looked.
Oh, I need to write this down. I didn't write a couple of these down. Ferret with Tarsier Tasmanian. And then you could depict yourself being chased down by Skyshade or Powerless.
Just being chased by a book.
It's like going to the Hoover Dam, I think. You have to make a lot of dam jokes and be childish about it. I'm sure that is actually one of the biggest draws for Flippin' Arkansas. Firelight meant to ask if Adam reads comics. I know Julian said she doesn't. So Adam kinda did as a youth, but I didn't have the money or funds to like get a series or like keep up. So I just randomly got some comics and reread them and enjoyed them. But then as an adult, when I have money, I never got into the serial thing. So I never like
Never got back into it.
got back into it.
All right. Here he is. It's Valentine as a big floofy squishy boy.
Arctic Fox Valentine
Yep.
with his toes tucked in.
Yep. He's got his jacket. And I had to put a watch in a teacup so that the composition was slightly more balanced. Slightly. All right, one last one, and then my brain can finally just. Bleh. Although I'm gonna make Adam watch a movie with me tonight. Heads up, Adam.
All right, so we got a zombie lusting after Julian's off their brain, Julian flipping a table, Julian being angry at a bad book, Julian being chased by a bad book such as Sky Shade or Parkle, OMG face Aster, Julian as a ferret in a romance scene with Tazier as a Tasmanian devil.
All
Julian
right,
is
I think I picked.
picked. I'm gonna give the chat 10 seconds if we got anything new coming in. All right, I think Julian is stuck. She's started sketching.
I've started
Too late
sketching.
to overwrite the drive. Let's see. It's like going to the Hoover Dam, I think. Okay, yeah. Actor as a series would have to be just porn.
See, eventually it gets real porny, but my understanding is the first books aren't that porny. It's just that later the author figured out that that's what people really liked, and then the later ones are a lot more porny.
If it's not porny, it's just going to be as long as the Stephen King mini series.
That is definitely true. They are very long, needlessly long.
Is this the last postcard? The one we are starting now is now the last postcard of the night.
Tis the last one.
We got dam jokes. I went to the dam to get some damn water, and the damn man wouldn't give me any.
Terrible.
You got a lot of love for the fluffy Valentine.
Oh, good. He was cute. He's a cute little floofy boy. Trying to draw something with straight lines now. That was a terrible idea. Why did I do that?
So Candy Buzz mentions that a mutual friend who is Aquatar book one fan, critical of SGMA, was hoping that the TV show falls through because of all of the retcons and lack of consistency of lore and characters would be hard to adapt. Firelight 3 suggests Deadpool 3, the movie, as what you should be drawing for your current card.
No, I think it's what they think we should be watching tonight, because I said I'm making you watch a movie.
Ah, I see.
Alas, it will not be that one.
Firelight says she just wanted to write porn, to be honest. It's how masses series end. Jennybug mentions, I read standalone graphic novels or comic series that are already finished, so I don't with the sadness of a canceled or stuck in an infinite hiatus series.
Man, tell you what, my ability to draw has just leaked out of my ears tonight. It just ain't there.
I did read, I remember now, in college, a buddy of mine gave me his complete collection of Cerebus the Aardvark to read. And it was only so-so, in my opinion. It didn't really pull me in.
What the heck is that?
I can give you images.
Are they going to be bad?
Well, I mean, it's not like it's not porno images, but I read it in college, so that was now 20 years ago, and I only so enjoyed it, so. He's kind of like a successful barbarian.
Is it like a fantasy series?
Kinda, but I think he like jumps.
Jumps.
Like settings or themes a little bit.
Oh, that kind of jumps. Not like he physically jumps.
I mean, I think he does physically jump. Prastocorsi is obligated by law to suggest Jurassic Park. And I do think there is a new Jurassic Park that is out.
No, that's fine. I don't need to watch that.
Maybe in the future, Max, formerly HBO Max, could adapt Akotar as a TV series, just like they did in Game of Thrones and House of Dragons.
They're the most likely because they're very okay with showing sex scenes. And people would expect the sex scenes. Like, they're going to be like, no, you're not going to fade to black on me, TV show. I need to see that enormous, biologically impossible fairy penis.
Does it have little wings to keep it up?
Maybe. I don't know. I know that their wingspan is directly, like, linked to how big their dick is.
Do only guy fairies have wings, or do girl fairies have extra equipment?
That is a great question. Please answer in the chat. I don't actually know how girl fairies work.
Alright, I'll stop laughing at my ideas and catch up with the chat. Violet mentions they like to read graphic novels, getting more into them. I'm gonna read Gwenpool soon. She's Marvel's first Arrow Ace character, and her costume is basically a Deadpool costume in Spider-Gwen colors. Huh. That sounds interesting, Gwenpool. Firelight clarifies there's a new Jurassic Park show, but there is a movie coming soon. And Kat is going to take Biologically Impossible Fairy Penis as the title in the name for their next band.
Band or memoir. Biologically Impossible Fairy Penis.
And Firelight agrees, should give Moss's adaptations to HBO. Oh, Prasocorsi clarifies there's an animated Jurassic World series on Netflix for kids. And there's Jurassic World Rebirth coming out in July. Like all Jurassic World movies, it will be utter garbage. Candy says, thankfully now, Akotar and the rest of those books are now in the proper adult or NA category after people were asking why people were so sexual with a YA teen series in contrast with the Hunger Games.
Yeah, that got misshelved real hard.
Yeah. Coolin says, I might watch Akotar show if they have the guts to how big the fairies are supposed to be, then realizing how painful it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the allure. I'm too aged for this. Like, what is the allure of a biologically impossibly large peen? Like, ladies, why? Why?
Maybe from the lady's perspective, it's about meeting a man that is more than you can handle. And
you still handle him anyway.
Candy Bug mentions SJM doesn't really care for her woman. I mean, female fairies at all. So who knows how they're equipped?
Yeah, somebody did point out that, like, nobody, when they were talking about casting for the Silly Dragon series, nobody is trying to cast the lead female character. Everybody's trying to figure out who would play Xaden, the hot guy. Violet is not even important in her own book to the fans. She's just a vehicle through which people can imagine themselves having sex with Xaden.
Julian replies, I tried TOG and Akotar and couldn't finish either of them. And Firelight says, I saw a reel recently that in Akotar, they have the magic to resurrect the dead, but not do C-sections.
Yeah, there's a whole plot where, like, Feyre gets pregnant with, like, a danger baby. Like, it's a fairy baby, and it will shred her vag. I don't know how it's not shredding her uterus, but it will shred her vag on its way out and kill her. Because much like Twilight, we have this weird obsession with women having to have, like, the most traumatic births, and I don't understand. Like, ladies who are writing these books, are you okay? I think maybe you need therapy to process some of this obvious trauma you have around your own womanhood. But anyway, apparently all that magic, and they can't do a C-section for Feyre, so they spend all this time, like, fretting about the fact that this baby is gonna shred her body and she'll die. It's like, guys, there's a lot to be explored there, probably in therapy about. I'm almost done. I'm writing my initials on it as we speak. Here we go, my final one. You can all guess what's going on there. You can't really see, but this one is supposed to be one of the Light Lark books because there's, like, boob vines, but you really can't tell. All right, we did it. We made it, fam.
I'm a little bit behind on the chat. I don't know if you want me to catch you up or if you'll just scan back.
You should catch me up because my brain's not working.
All right.
And then we'll go through the postcards and call it a night. Isn't that right, Nigel?
We got a suggestion to maybe Amazon Prime would adapt Aquitar like they did Fourth
Maybe.
Wing. Kat says monster boinking is a whole genre.
It is. It is. I don't understand it, but it is.
Candybugs mentions SGM writes okay dramatic moments, it seems, but sucks at any kind of long game or consistency. And she plays favorites with her characters with pro-tag centered morality.
I heard she also won't ever kill anybody off. Similar to Rebecca Yarros. About one character gets to die every Silly Dragon book. One character that we kind of like gets to die, so Violet has a reason to feel bad, and that's about it. All right, let's go through. First,
I'm not caught up yet.
Sorry, I thought you were. You went silent.
You started rambling. That's why I went silent.
All right, go.
Firelight mentions throwing a glass is their nemesis. And Kulim says, honestly, reading through the book, I was like, when do we get to the fairy stuff? Then she introduces this badass Viking woman, and I'm screaming, why isn't the story going with her?
Yeah, I'm so mad because in the latest Silly Dragon book that I'm very slowly making my way through, I think that there is a side love interest for Mira, Violet's sister, and it's like an enemies to lovers thing that they're doing because they don't like each other right now. And I'm like, you already had that with another woman in a previous book, but Mira's not allowed to be gay, so she has to have that same dynamic, but with a man this time.
Julian cheers for the suggestion being used, and then Candy Bugs mentions the whole forced birth or plot line, and it was not even about the woman who is suffering in that plot line. In fact, Fair has just vanished from her own series, not even showing up in the SJM crossover.
Wow.
Is that the Graceling book cover?
No. The on the table, the Fair just flipping. No, that is the Powerless book cover.
Oh, really?
It's got a dagger on it, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
And then the final comment that I haven't read is SJM only kills off the only black girl to motivate the white protag in the Throne of Glass.
Oh, so just like Powerless then. Yeah, great. So great. All right, let's look at our postcards. Yes, Adam, we're good? All right, so first we have Boots and the Cat God. Then we have the Bigfoot shaming sign. Then we have...
Bigfoot's face almost looks like the Grinch.
He kind of does. And we have 5 from the book that I should publish and just haven't yet. We have Sparrow and Poe the dog. We have my ship of Strawberry and Storm, horse power couple. We have Rayoni and Sparrow as kittens and also war besties. We have Val as a cute little chubby Arctic fox. And lastly, we have the Julian as a ferret flipping a table covered in several of my read-along books. Away they go. Toss that shit into the fire.
Closing stream commercial for the Adam.
Of course, last minute commercial. Make me those 10 cents, YouTube. Let's go. Money. If anybody's a patron or a channel member, tomorrow you will be getting a new video. Once again, pertaining to Skyshade. I think that's going to be my last one. I swear I'm not obsessed with that book. I just had a lot of extra thoughts. So you'll be getting an interview, me reacting to an Alex Astor interview tomorrow. So if I remember to post it, if I forget, just nudge me. It pays. It pays to be a patron or a channel member, I'm just saying. Who did you want to see again, Firelight? You want to see the Bigfoot again, I'm assuming? Your Bigfoot? I think I can remember that the Bigfoot is for you. That's the good thing. I won't be like, which one did Firelight want again? Here he is. There he is. He looks so pleased. He's thrilled to be here. All right, everyone. Thank you all very much for coming and hanging out tonight. I hope that you had fun, even if my brain was not super duper working. We'll let you get your last thoughts out real quick, and then we shall depart. And I shall medicate the cat who has left me. It's like Nigel sensed that I was almost done and was going to give him his meds, and he is like, okay, bye. And then once the cat is medicated, Adam and I will go watch a movie and be all cute and coupley and bullshit like that. Let's see. Looking forward to Lightlark Book 4, Confused and Lost. I really think if Astor had the guts to make the world they have lived in a big fantasy world, and Isla tries to do something badass and fails badly, it could work. Maybe. I'm waiting to see if the next dimension that she goes into is just Earth. I would love that. I don't think that's going to be, but I would love that. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes, everybody. Firelight, you're correct, actually. Wow, how did you guess? That was the movie that I'm going to force Adam to watch because I saw a preview for it, and I was like, it's probably going to be bad, but I want to know what's in that gorge. I want to know real bad what's in that gorge. And yes, Firelight, there will be more Light Lark. Light Lark continues forever into the future. They arrive on Earth, and all of a sudden, she isn't an ounce of good at the world she's been living in. I mean, yeah. Looking forward to the Gorge. I hear it's good. Oh, good. People are saying it's good. I was like, it's probably not going to be very good, but I need to know. You've hooked me, movie. You've been like, here's a mysterious gorge with monsters in it, and I'm like, you have my interest. Please tell me. It's probably going to end up to mostly be a romance because they put it out on Valentine's Day, but I'm like, what's in the gorge? And also, I guess these people can be in love. That's fine. All right. Adam is zoned out. You want to come over here and say goodbye, Adam? Oh my god, my nose is so itchy tonight. I don't know why. Oh, there he is. There's the old man. Careful with the old man. All right. Adam and the grumpy old man and I wish you all a good night in 3, 2, 1. Bye. Now I must end the stream, which takes a couple of clicks.